The craft room gets a major upgrade after a trip to IKEA. Welcome to the Sewing Report. I'm Jen. This channel is all about sewing crafts and DIY projects. Notice anything different? Yes, I've switched out the really boring white wall for a backdrop. This is the IKEA Skådis Pegboard System. I took a little trip to IKEA and finally got the wall storage system I have been wanting forever. This pegboard doubles both as wall storage and as a filming backdrop for me. If you're new to this channel, my filming YouTuber space is actually the living room of our house. So I've done a couple vlogs about my crafting space. You're welcome to check those out. I've been interested in the IKEA Skådis system for a very long time, ever since it first came out, but we've actually moved about 5 times since I started the channel. So this is the first situation where I felt comfortable putting stuff on the walls and kind of getting more settled in. I've had everything picked out from this collection for quite a while because I knew I wanted to get it sometime. Recently, my husband put up a traditional pegboard system in the garage. I'll insert a photo here. But I really like the IKEA Skådis system. I love all the accessories that come with it, and on a price basis, it seemed to be fairly comparable to a traditional pegboard system, especially when you work out everything you need to buy. So I bought the 30 by 22 inch boards. I got 4 of them. You can see them here. And then I got a bunch of different accessories, but when I went to IKEA, this must be a very popular line because they were out of a lot of the accessories I wanted to try. So I have placed an online order to get more stuff. All in total, I think I spent about $122 on everything I bought. Now, I am not particularly handy, so I had to enlist some help for the installation. Meet my husband, James. It's been a couple years since he's made an appearance on the channel, but he agreed to let me film this on his day off. After glancing at IKEA's infamous instructions, he was ready to get started. You will need screws with a round head like this, but they were barely large enough, so go up a size or 2. They came with drywall anchors to help hold up the weight of the pegboard against the wall. Here's a list of supplies we recommend you have on hand. Got a power screwdriver? Even better. James lined up the first mounting rail using the level and marking the screw holes. He inserted the wall anchors, then the rail with the screws. Checking it with the level and making small adjustments along the way. The instructions include measurements for how far apart the rail should be if you're putting boards next to or on top of one another. James marked 6.5 inches from the screw hole. With the level on top of the installed rail, he used that to place the second rail. This time he drove the screws partially into the wall before putting the rail on. He double-checked it with the level and made small side-to-side adjustments. Putting the boards on was pretty simple. They come with screws to twist on through the holes and into the rail. The bottoms are not secured to the wall, but the system comes with screws and spacers to make sure it's the same distance parallel to the wall. With the second board, he put the bottom screws and spacers on first, then screwed it to the rail. To determine placement of the top boards, James attached them to the rail and positioned on top of the bottom boards. He used a tiny screwdriver to mark the holes. He separated the rail and board, then screwed in just the rail into the wall anchors. Here he's making small side-to-side adjustments to make sure the rail is level. onto the fourth pegboard. This was probably the trickiest to fit as it was the last. Wall anchors, screws. The level is back and James realized there were some more adjustments to be made. It took my husband under an hour to install all 4 pegboards. He seemed to find this project fairly easy, and I love this so far. I think it looks great. I've already filled up the boards with the accessories that came with it, plus I've got more on the way. I'm gonna look into some hacks too because I am interested. If you have the IKEA Skådis system and you have a hack to share, leave it below in the comments because I'm interested to know. But I think this will be a great backdrop for all the videos. Plus I've got a lot of stuff now very handy and at my fingertips versus being in a drawer or somewhere where I have to like go out of my way to get it. So there's that. Plus you can see everything I use on a frequent basis. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're looking for something else to watch, you might want to check out one of my previous honest craft room tours so you can see some of my craft spaces and how I store my supplies. I'm Jen with the Sewing Report. I'll see you guys again in the next video.